Keep California cowgirls from vanishing. Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Sadie practices over the haunches with an ATV mechanical cow simulator.
Pulling slack. And Susie's coming my way because she feels the pressure behind her horns.
Sonia on Sadie, following the ATV on a curve.
That's what the topic is of this Urban Cowgirl Show. ATV, our kids' ATV, which has multi-uses, we're going to use it right here on our standard driveway to show our Morgan horses that they're to follow on a curve. We've already done it on the straightaway with several of our cable cows, and we've picked up various speeds, and we got them to watch it and not be distracted by it or be scared by it. So we're ready to move into the mode of doing cow work on a curve. Because when you think about it, when you're working a real cow, sometimes they go straight. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they go on a curve. Sometimes they go all the way around you. And if you're doing ranch work, ranch cow work, your horse has to be ready to follow that moving object. Now I'm telling Sadie, by doing a little bit of cueing, to follow this ATV. We practiced for a couple minutes before we turned on the camera. At first I just told her to stand and watch. And then by sitting on my pockets, opening the door on the cow side, closing the door with my leg on the off cow side, and a little bit, because this is a new exercise for a little bit of direct rein by picking up the cow side rein, and sometimes by bumping her back so she realizes she's not to go to the moving object, but instead follow its movement. So we're going to try to show you for a couple of turns what this exercise is all about and how Sadie does. And then we'll show you with the other horses, and then I'm hoping we'll show you a great deal of improvement as we change gaits, as we transition to the trot, and not necessarily to the canter, but as fast as a cow horse can go if a cow moves very fast in front of them. So today is slow. Let's go. I'm going to ask her, sit on my pockets, a little bit of direct rein, open, right side. Keep her back, see, by double reining. Good, 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 whoa. Fortunately, this ATV has a reverse. Whoa, good, whoa, let's whoa for a minute. For as much work as we gave her just now, let's let her rest, because, you know, that's what horses like to do the best. We're going to follow it again in a moment with the same cues, but I'm hoping less cues will be necessary, that she'll understand what this pattern is and not go towards it. I'm going to have to keep her back because she almost went toward it, okay? Whoa. Backward. She's doing very well. I'm doing much less reining this time. Almost none. A little leg pressure. Whoa. And that was really good. That was much better. We're going to try it one more time. herself. Totally herself now. She knows what the right answer is. I'm just having to back her a little bit so she doesn't leak. Whoa. And now we're going to stop for a moment. And we're going to regroup and decide if we want to challenge her more. We decided that the challenge remaining for this session is to have Sadie do the very same exercise in the other direction. Because there's all kinds of other distractions in that direction than there was in that direction. But it's going to be the same pattern. And we're going to show you this time how we ask her not to follow the moving object by sitting and maybe a little bit of light hands work. And then we're going to say, okay, and now it's your job as a ranch horse to follow the moving object. Because a good ranch horse has to know when they're supposed to listen to the rider and when they're supposed to do it on their own. So this is going to be listen to the rider. Ashley's going to back up around Sadie, and I'm doing a little bit of light hands. See, Sadie's not sure. She moved one foot, then a little bit of light hands, and I said, no, we're not doing anything. Not now. I'm putting a lot of weight on my heels. And then Ashley's going to go forward. I'm telling Sadie with my body language not to do anything, a little bit of rein. Now when Ashley comes back here, come on back, I'm going to indicate to Sadie with my body language, with my cues, that now we're playing the game of follow the moving object. Okay? Looking, a little bit of pressure on the right leg, open on the left. Whoa, good. Now she knows. A little bit too much forward. And I have to keep sitting on my pockets. I somehow get thrown forward, okay? Look over my shoulder. Oh, that was beautiful. Gosh, if she does it one more time that beautifully, we're going to stop. Whoa, just a few steps forward that she shouldn't have taken. So we're going to go back to the middle. Whoa. And now we're going to stop because we have found our note of resolution.
Sonia on Eve, rating the ATV cow on a curve.
Eve today on cutting or ranch cow work on a curve, like we did with Sadie the other day. Now, today we're going to add an extra dimension. We're going to have the ATV go in a straight line, and then Eve is going to rate it, run along with it, maybe even at a trot, if we can get it to go that fast. And then, once we're going with it, just like a cow would, Ashley's going to veer off into a curve. And Eve's job will be to go over her haunches and follow the moving object. So we're adding a little bit of speed and transition requirement. We're going to first just break it though into two small steps. Number one, Ashley's going to go as fast as she can toward the stable, which is that way that I'm pointing, past all those wheelbarrows and the hay cart. And I'm going to just rate it. Then she's going to stop. I'm going to ask her to stop when she gets past the hay cart, and I'll back up. And I'm going to ask Eve to go over her haunches and follow the moving object going backward. And then we're going to, starting from this end again, do the plan that I introduced you when I first started this session. And that is straight away and then on a curve. Okay, so we're just rating now, Ashley, and you go as fast as you can. Whoop. Eve was very, very hard, throwing up her head. Whoa. I've got the double reins on. I'm getting that break at the pole now. She got really excited, wasn't supple at all. We'll see if I can get her to be a little bit more supple, especially with the double reins in my hand as we come back. If not, we're going to stop the camera and just do some warm-up work with her in the arena and then show you if she improves. So now I'm going back. Over, good. Rate it. But at a walk, see, she's not ready to pick up that. She's not ready to pick up that trot. So we may not even go there today. We always adjust our goals based on the prerequisite skills. So let's do that same thing again. Now do straight away, as fast as you can. When you get past the hay cart, maybe a little closer to the railroad tie, stop it. Let's see if I have her break at the pole and her suppleness. And then we'll come back again and maybe have you go backwards in a curve. Okay? Over the haunches. Whoa. I'm not getting lightness. Okay, go back. Good. Okay, now see if you can go around me. Woo, woo. No, 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 can't. Look at that. Look. And we're going to show you that. We're not going to hide it. Eve has been much better on break at the pole and over the haunches. This is, though, a different situation. It's not an arena. It's not a familiar place where she usually works. So we're getting right brain reaction. So we're going to stop the camera, do a few more runs of what you just saw, and then we'll hope to show you some improvement. So we think we have a little bit more trust from Eve now, but let me tell you something that I watched this morning on YouTube. Anybody can watch YouTube if you have a computer that can get to videos. They're like 10 to 15 minute clips. If you search on cow training tips in YouTube and go to any shows by Larry Trocha, T-R-O-C-H-A, he's going to show you with slow motion video and highlighting his videos and backing them and forwarding them and showing you what mistakes are often made when you're trying to do cow work on a horse, trying to get those haunches stops, trying to keep your body from falling forward. I keep thinking about all those tips that I watched this morning. I'm using some of those tips now as best I can. So I think we slowed down. It was too fast for Eve. We slowed down. We're going to go straight up to close to that railroad tie, come back to here, approximately here. Then you're going to go straight, not as far as the railroad tie, but let's say as far as that black wheelbarrow, and do a curve. And I'm going to see if I can get her to follow the moving object over her haunches. Okay, let's go. Break at the pole. Good? Nice. Sit on my pockets. Wait in my stirrups. Whoa! Follow my foot in the stirrups. Trying to keep my bottom of my back hunched rather than arced. Okay, plan B then is to about where the black wheelbarrow is, and then if it looks like she's rating and not throwing her head and being supple, I'm going to try to make her go over the haunches to follow the moving object in a curve. Now, a reining horse is supposed to listen to the rider, but a cow horse is supposed to take the initiative if the rider lets the cow horse make the decisions. I want a cow horse, not a reining horse. So I want her to understand, by repetition, by cues, that her job is to follow this moving object as long as I'm not asking her to do anything else. Okay, try to go around me. I'm going to have her go over the haunches. Whoop. Nope. Okay, go around. I got control. When you see her pole go down, you know that she's being light. Whoa. Back. Good. Let's wait. Okay, now try to go around me in a big arc. Backwards. Slowly. Over the haunches. Over the haunches. Over the haunches. Good. Good. Whoa. Whoa. Good. Let's do the arc again, like we did with Sadie the other day. Okay. Oh, wait, she seems to be a little bit stressed. Let's let her rest. So let's do a few more on the curves. Nice, whoa. Back. Round, round. Right leg pressure at the ribs. Good. Whoa. Again. Whoa. Right leg pressure over the haunches. Good. Whoa. Look over her ears. Let's wait. Let's let her stand. Okay, again. Back and over, over, over. Good. If she wanted to turn the cow, she'd be in a good position to do it. Okay. Light, light, light. Right leg pressure. Open the door on the left. Whoa. One more time. We learned a lot today about training in small pieces.
Katie on semi, follow the ATV on a straight path and a curve at various speeds.
The ATV to give her something to follow on a curve, but only after she's rated it on the run. So we're trying to make this a much more realistic cow exercise than the cable cow, which only goes on the run, or than the ATV only going on an arc. We're combining the straight path with the curve. Let's see if we can get Semi to trot with it, slow down, and as we go on the curve, have her realize, with a little bit of help from Katie at first, that she needs to go over her haunches to follow this moving object on a curve, and then pick up a trot again. That's the exercise today. Let's see how Semi does.
Here, Semi's job is to follow the movement and go over the haunches.
A little bit of stress in her mouth. You see it? She's not quite sure. Easy. That was our straight run. Here's our curve. Back, right. You have to give her a little backward cue at first. There you go. Over the haunches. Okay. Another run.
We're trying to get over the haunches without stress.
Nice. Nice over the haunches. Now, cows don't always go fast. They go fast. So I'm slowing down. This time I'm going to curve closer here. So Katie, be aware, because she may not rate and stop on her own. Nice, over the haunches. Okay, and then all of a sudden this cow picks up speed. And slows down. Good. Cool. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to go on a straight path at all. I'm going to go around right here. She should see that. The cow's coming around her. Confusion. We changed the pattern, but then again, don't cows. Change the pattern. We'll try that same drill. Slowly, just to get her.
Again, slow down for over the haunches.
Then we're going to speed up a little bit. Right here, we're going to curve. Good. Back. Good. And around on the haunches. Good. Now I'm going to stop. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this guy in reverse. Now I'm going to go forward again.
Stop and then reverse again.
Forward again.
Repeat the pattern. Repetition is important.
Little bit of stress in her mouth, not as much as before. Stop. Reverse. And then stop, unexpectedly, forward. And then stop, back her up. Okay, can you see how this ATV is going to be pretty near simulation the way a real cow might work? And we're going to do a whole bunch of that kind of practice with all three horses, going back to the straight paths or just the C curves as necessary, as we see what prerequisite skills our three Morgans have and have not. And we're starting to get ready because the blossoms on the trees, I'm going to have my cameraman show you, that's how I know spring is coming. Those blossoms weren't there about a week ago. So we're just maybe a month or so away from spring weather. And we're going to start working the cows in spring.
Sonia on Sadie, rating the bike at increasing speed.
So we're going to do a few minutes of just chasing the bike. The bike which goes faster than the ATV. Chasing it, rating it. I've got my rope hanging here ready to use when I feel that the bike is being a good moving object for Sadie to follow. We're going to put the roping horns on, which are sitting right there under the tree on the bike. It has some hardware attached to it, and we're going to follow the bike with the roping horns. So now watch as I ask Sadie, got my spurs on, just letting her know I do. I'm going to have her follow this bike, and this bike is going to take a straight path until about here, and then a curved path. And I'm going to ask Sadie to follow the straight path and then start working over her haunches on the curved path. Whoa. 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 Okay, now see if you can curve around. If the arc is too much, we'll know. I want her to go over the haunches without going forward. Good. Whoa. Good. This is the first time we've tried this. We're going to do it another couple times where we do a straight path coupled with a curved path, trying to pick up at least a trot. Eventually, with this bike, we're going to be able to go fast enough to ask for a canter as well. Now, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to leave it up to you. You're the cow. And we're going to follow you. And we'll let you know if we start getting agitated or lost the path, the rate. But if not, you're going to go all the way back up there, do a curve over there in the greenish grass area, come back here. Okay. I don't want her to leak. Okay. Over the haunches. Okay, stop for a minute. Back. Well, I used Sadie for this exercise because she's been really good about rating. Her mom, Eve, when we rated the ATV on a curve, was much harder. She was much less light. So, now that I know that this exercise and this mechanical equipment will give us some practice on rating on a straight path and over the haunches on a curved path at a speed that's comfortably fast for a trot, we're going to give Eve some more practice. Now, Sammy will do it. She'll do it easily at a trot, and if we're confident enough when we ride Sammy, we'll go so fast that we'll require the canter.
We attach the roping horns and then ask Sadie to rate the mechanical roping cow.
I turn. Okay. Whoa. Over, 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 over. Okay, stop for a minute. Let me make some observations here. This is much more challenging than just doing the bike because of all the clanking. And I sensed it, I could feel it, that Sadie was a little bit concerned, but we didn't do anything too challenging. That's why I had Ashley stop so that Sadie could rest and collect up her thoughts.
We'll be using the bike and roping horns in our next show. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty, and Susie. Heifer calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.